Hi there, thanks for stopping by again. I've been kind of slacking on the reviews recently because I've actually been quite busy, so my apologies on that. I'm going to try and start fitting a few more reviews in now that things are slowing down for me a little bit. Today's beer is Bishop's Finger by Shepheard Neame. I believe they're the same brewery that makes Spitfire. Some of you might have had that before. So the style of beer that this is a bitter. It's actually an ESB. It's a which stands for extra special bitter. And I've noticed I've actually been neglecting some of the talking about styles and stuff of late as well. And some of you have stated that you sort of quite enjoyed some of the sort of information and background on the different styles of beers. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about bitters. Now bitters come in three different forms. There's just normal bitter, which is usually between sort of 3 to 3.9%, and then there's best bitter, which is more sort of 4% and up. And then there's ESB, extra special bitter, which is more sort of 5% and upwards. So this one being 5% it does say just strong ale on the bottle, but really I suppose, I mean, because of the colour, it's really more of an ESB. I would describe that as anyway. Now bitter is really more of an English term. It doesn't get used so much over in North America or anywhere else for that matter. But basically bitter as a style grew out of pale ale, and they tend to use sort of darker malts, which gives it that lovely sort of copper, deep copper kind of colour. So any beer that's kind of like a pale, it's kind of like a pale ale but with darker malts, giving it more of a robust kind of palate, and less of that citrusiness, a little bit more of I guess more of a toffee kind of malt kind of character to it. Yeah, you get that sort of more roasted toffee malt kind of character. I mean, it even says on the back of this bottle here. You get sort of more of a fruity base to the palate. But anyway, yeah, this is an ESB, and that's basically where all those different terms come from. Bitter is the standard 3 point something to 3.9. Then you've got best, which is 4 point whatever, and then anything above 5 is usually deemed an ESB. A really good example of an ESB that calls itself an ESB is Fuller's ESB, which I'm sure a lot of you can get, including over in North America. That's it's a pretty common beer over there as well. But anyway, I'm going to crack open this beer here and see how it lives up in the ESB category. Yeah, it's that typical bitter colour, deep brown copper colour. I've poured that with far too much head, so I'm not going to be able to smell a thing, but there you go. So yeah, not very good light with my camera, I'm afraid, but yeah, it's a typical bitter colour. It's that dark, robust kind of colour. Yeah, you can definitely smell sort of like the toffee that they mention on the back of the bottle here, and sort of fruity colour, sort of a fruity aroma to it as well. It's like a fruity. There's some fruity notes in there and sort of toffee type notes in there as well. Oh yeah, that's basically an ESB. That's basically what it is. It says strong ale, but yeah, pretty much that's what it is. Definitely get that fruity character that they mention on the back here. They also say that it's rich. It's definitely quite rich. The fruity, there's a sweetness that hits the tongue immediately. Then you get sort of a complex berries and almost, yeah, very sort of dark berry type fruitiness to it. slight sort of crackery type texture, well, not texture, but crackery type malt to it as well. And then at the back, it is bitter. You know, it's got that lingering bitter aftertaste as well. ESBs are quite common over in North America. A lot of the American brewers now, the microbreweries, are brewing their own interpretations of that style, and some of them are really great classic examples. So there's a lot of them out there now. Well worth trying a few. It's not so common to see the weaker 3 point something to 3.9 normal bitters though, and it's a bit of a shame really, because these are so flavoursome for their percentage. I mean, you'd think, oh, 3 point something to 3 3% to 3.9% is going to lack some character surely, but no. So some of these beers you would not know they were that percentage, and they make really good midweek beers. Fantastic for midweek drinking. Have a couple. You don't feel any worse for it. They're real sort of session beers, and then when you go out to the pubs in England and stuff like that, the normal bitters are sort of great session bitters, so that you can socialise and have quite a lot without getting too blattered. I mean, if you were drinking ESB the whole time and you were out for like a whole evening drinking with friends, you'd be pretty blattered. But with ordinary bitters, fantastic for that. You can sort of stay reasonably sober. But anyway, yeah, that's Bishop's Finger, and 5% pretty much is an ESB, and yeah, pretty good. Great example of that style. So go out and find an ESB, and yeah, thanks for stopping by again, and I'll see you again soon.